أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اجعل القرآن الكريم ربيع قلوبنا ونور أبصارنا وجلاء همنا وحزننا. اللهم علمنا منه ما ينفعنا وانفعنا منه بما علمتنا وارزقنا تلاوته آناء الليل وأطراف النهار لعلك ترضى. اللهم آمين. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to a new show of Tadabarul Quran with you, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Nashash. Today, Thursday, the 23rd of February 2023, and it is the 3rd of Sha'ban 1444. And when we are in Sha'ban, this means that we are only few weeks from Ramadan, insha'Allah ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, all praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who made us alive until the beginning of Sha'ban. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all of us will be alive during the month of Ramadan. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help all of us to be among those who will do their best to benefit from Ramadan. So in today's show, I will talk, inshallah, about Sha'ban a little bit. Then I'll go to the tafsir. Because I think it is very important for us as Muslims to think about how we can benefit from the month of Ramadan. It is a great opportunity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us to benefit, and we should not let that thing go without trying to benefit the utmost of it. Nabiyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to fast in Sha'ban more than any other month except Ramadan. So Osama ibn Zayd radiyallahu ta'ala anhu asked the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, O Prophet of Allah, I noticed that you are fasting in Sha'ban more than the other months, obviously except Ramadan. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he replied to him, explaining why is that. And he gave two reasons. The first reason, he said, ذلك شهر يغفل عنه الناس بين رجب ورمضان. Means that this is a month that the people, they are forgetting, ignoring between Rajab and Ramadan. Rajab is a month that in Jahiliyyah they used to admire it too much. And all of us, we know in Islam, Rajab is one of al-Ashhur al-Hurum, that fighting is prohibited in it. And the people start to think about Ramadan in it. And Ramadan, we know the importance of Ramadan because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن, the month of Ramadan, where the Quran revealed. So the importance of Ramadan came from the Quran. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam mentioned here that the people, they are forgetting the importance of Sha'ban because they try to do something in Rajab, and obviously they will try to do a lot of things in Ramadan, so they are forgetting Sha'ban. So this is why I fast in Sha'ban. This is the first reason. And the second reason, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, this is the month that the deeds will be presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And here maybe some will say, okay, but we heard that Monday and Thursday, that al-a'mal the deeds will be presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So the answer is that it is, in our daily, if you are working and maybe you will do weekly report, monthly report, and annual report. So Monday and Thursday is so we can see the weekly report that the angels represent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Sha'ban is the annual report, which includes all your deeds, what you performed in this year. And there is another idea came to me last night. I was thinking about this. Why the a'mal, the deeds, are presented in Sha'ban, not in Ramadan, for example. And the idea came to my mind is Ramadan is the month of working. Ramadan is the month of working, the month that you try your best to improve your salah, zakah, sadaqah, saum, umrah, reading Quran, adhkar, doing a lot of good deeds. So there is a lot of a'mal in it. So Ramadan is the month of amal. Sha'ban is the month of reporting before you start the new year of amal. So you start your new year, the lunar year, the Islamic year, with Ramadan. You started with a lot of amal. You continue that. Then Shawwal, Dhul Qa'dah, then comes Dhul Hijjah. You do the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, where is the a'mal ahab ila Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Muharram, you do fasting in Ashura. Then you continue, then comes Rajab, Sha'ban. So these months are, so you start the year with Ramadan, the month of a'mal, work, and you continue. So Sha'ban, now you finished, and you need to start again. Because you need to start again now, so you need a report for what you did already, and you start your year ago. Wallahu ta'ala alam. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, this is what he gave the second reason, that it is a month that the deeds will be presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَنَا أُحِبُّ أَنْ يُرْفَعَ عَمَلِي وَأَنَا صَائِمٌ. And I like my deeds to be presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while I am fasting. And here, in Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam explaining to us, teaching us that one of the best actions after Shahada and Salah is Siyam. Because when you fast, you are fighting all your desires. Food, drink, sexual desires, all of it, you stop it. And you concentrate on your Siyam. And this is why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said, if you fast one day for the sake of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will distance you from Jahannam 70 years. So if someone walking for 70 years, this will be the distance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you away from Jahannam when you fast one day. Subhanallah al-Azim. This is why, brothers and sisters, fasting all the time is important, and the reward is immense. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help me and you and everyone listening to be able to fast in Sha'ban and in Ramadan. Allahumma ameen. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam likes his a'mal to be presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while he is fasting, while he is in ibadah. This is the point. And when we look at the Quran, we can see there is a link between ibadah and accepting dua, for example. when the malaika called Zakaria, what he was doing. فنادته الملائكة وهو قائم يصلي في المحراب أن الله يبشرك بيحيى مصدقا بكلمة منه وسيدا وحصورا من الصالحين ومن الصالحين. So the angels called Zakaria alayhi salam when he was performing the salah. قائم يصلي في المحراب. So he's praying in mihrab, in the masjid. So this shows us the importance of the action and the place as well. So this is how we can understand why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he likes his deeds to be presented while he is in fasting. And this will teach us that we'll try our best all the time to be involved, by one type of ibadah. What I mean by that? You are working. Can you do any ibadah while you are working? Yes. You can make a dhikr. You can help. This will be ibadah. You can think of benefiting the ummah from your work. This is ibadah. You think of helping other people, ease the life of other people. This is ibadah. Maybe you read Quran. Doesn't matter if you're hafiz or not. At least you know maybe 20 surahs. So you can read them while you are doing. And I remember one brother, he told me he was working in a company and his job was on the production line. So the goods will pass in front of him and he will check it is okay or not. So he said, I memorize Surah Yasin while I am there. I write every ayah on a piece of paper and put it in front of me. And the item comes as Yasin wal Quran al Hakim innaka lamin al-mursalin. And you keep repeating. And by doing this, he managed to memorize Surah Yasin. The idea is that you can be involved in ibadah even if you are working. You are driving. So when we drive, you'll put the radio on, or maybe you link it to your mobile these days. So you can listen to Quran, but you can do it yourself. Listening to the Quran is great. There is no doubt about it. But you can do it yourself. You can read Quran by yourself. You can make adhkar. You can say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. This is the idea that the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is teaching us here. I like my deeds to be presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while I am fasting. This is the first point about Shaban. The second point about Shaban, brothers and sisters, is what I'm going to do in Ramadan. Now remember, fasting is linked to what? Is linked to Ramadan. Because Ramadan is the month of fasting. Now when you fast in Shaban, you are preparing yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically for Ramadan. Spiritually, because we know the impact of fasting on you, and the same mentally. It makes you thinking in a positive way. And physically, because this body need to adopt with the new system. because every one of us, he or she, they have their system on daily life. You wake up, you pray Fajr, then after that you have your breakfast, you go to work, then you have maybe a snack, then you have your lunch, going back home, you have your dinner. So you are eating during the day. Anytime you like to eat during the day, you can eat. Anytime you like to drink, you can drink. Now, Ramadan, no, this is, or while you are fasting, you cannot do these things. You cannot eat anytime. You cannot drink anytime. You have to fast from dawn to, or Fajr to Maghrib. So your body need to adapt with this. And when you start fasting in Shaban, then your body is already adopting with the new system. So when Ramadan starts, it will be very easy, inshallah ta'ala. Now the question is, as I said earlier, what I'm going to do in Ramadan. Do I have a plan? Or I just leave it until Ramadan comes and deal with it as it comes. Maybe I'll pray or do extra things, but without a plan. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us all the time that you need to have a plan, which is the intention. So when you make the intention and with sincerity, this means that you are making a plan. And when you start or when you try to make the plan, try to make a plan which is doable. Because when you make a plan and that plan is doable, then you, inshallah, can make it. You can improve. But when you say, okay, I read about those who are reading Quran in one day, those who are, making istighfar 1,000 times and doing this Ramadan, I'd like to be active. I'd like to work hard. Then I'll do the same. Then comes the first Ramadan. I cannot do the whole Quran. I can read maybe one juz. Then mentally you start feeling bad because you plan to read the whole Quran in one day, but you are unable to do that. You read only one juz. Then say, oh, I cannot do it. So you'll be depressed, and this might stop you from doing anything else. No. Plan to read that one juz, for example, but when you start doing one juz, you find it easy to read one juz. Then I can do two. I might do 3 or 4, which means I can do the whole Quran in 1 week. And this is with everything. Do the normal adhkar. The adhkar in the morning, the adhkar in the evening, the adhkar when you go to bed. And then you can add adhkar during the day. But don't say, oh, I read about someone or I saw a video about a person who used to make 1,000 salah on the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Obviously, to make 1,000 salah on Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam takes time. And if you say, this is what I'm going to do, I'm not sure how long it will take if you to take 1,000 salah on Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, but say 2 hours. And you cannot make 2 hours because you have other commitments. You read Quran, you need to make dhikr. So say, اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Then you can improve it, maybe to 20, to 30, to 100. My point is, don't plan something that you know it is hard. Make a plan for things that you can do it. In this way, Bismillah, you can do it and then you can improve it. You can do something better, inshallah ta'ala. In this way, you'll continue and everything will be easy, as I said. And inshallah ta'ala, I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept everything from us. Again, when we talk about the plan, so I'd like to remind myself, remind every one of you to think, to make the branches for this plan. The first thing is how to improve my connection with the Quran. And this can be in 3 ways: reading, memorizing, understanding. Reading, this is the easiest way. You can open the Mus'haf and read. And the best way is to start from Baqarah and carry on. Memorizing, make a task for yourself that you'd like to memorize a certain surah this month. A surah that you love to read. And there is a reward for reading it every day, like Surah Al-Mulk, for example. That the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned that it will save you from the punishment of the grave. So it's good to memorize it, and then after that you read it every night, inshallah. And the third thing to do with the Quran is to understand. So say, I will, as I said earlier, if you'd like to read 1 juzu a day, because you know the Quran 30 juzu, 20 pages of Mus'haf al-Madinah, then say, I'd like to understand 1 page a day. So by the end of Ramadan, you learned 30 pages, the meaning of 30 pages. And you know, these days, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this is available on the Musahaf and available on apps. There is not one app, hundreds of apps which have the Quran with the translation. So it is very easy. So this is the first thing, the Quran. Secondly, dhikr. And the dhikr, as I mentioned earlier, be sure that don't waste the opportunity to make dhikr after Fajr and before Maghrib, or after Maghrib if you can't. And these adhkar, brothers and sisters, which is available again online on the apps, Hasn al-Muslim, there is app called Fadhakkir. There is different apps. Just see, try to find it, and mashallah, and be sure that you say the adhkar which is authentic, because you don't want to waste your time on adhkar that is not authentic. You need to use your time to read authentic adhkar, and these authentic adhkar are powerful, because the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he told us to see this to protect ourselves and to be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third thing is zakah and sadaqah. Be sure that you pay your zakah if you didn't pay it already. But on top of that, be sure that you give sadaqah. And also dua. During the day, make dua as much as you can. And the last minute before iftar, or the minute of iftar, make a sincere dua, and inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it. And finally, think about all the good things that you can do and try to improve them. Like being good to your neighbors, good to your parents, good to your family, helping people involved in charity work. All of these will make your plan, inshallah, strong. And by the end of Ramadan, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, you'll be a new person who's closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as you can. So inshallah, we'll see you after the break. So please keep tuning on Inspire FM 105.1. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This program will continue after the break. Continue listening to Inspire FM. Inspire FM.
Inspire 105.1 FM.
Hi, my name is Isa Ahmed Mola. I want to say follow your dreams until they are accomplished.
In response to the devastating earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, whilst continuing to also support our brothers and sisters in Kashmir, Mercy Universal, the global humanitarian organization, are inviting you to a fundraising charity dinner on Saturday the 4th of March. The event from 6 until 9 p.m. is being held at the Chiltern Hotel Luton, and tickets are just £10 per person. To purchase or for more details, email info@mercyuniversal.com or call 0333 311 0047. Donations would also be greatly received using the sort code 601328 and account 54651646. Thank you.
Top tips for this winter on Inspire FM. As the weather starts to become colder, transport can be disrupted. If you're traveling by bus or train, be sure to check for delays or cancellations before starting your journey. Plan your journey so that you arrive at your destination early, as there is always a chance that you could be delayed during your journey. For more winter advice, stay tuned to Inspire 105.1 FM or visit our website www.inspirefm.org.
Biscott Pharmacy, your one-stop health and beauty pharmacy in Luton, stockist of over 8,000 health and beauty products. At Biscott Pharmacy, we offer a range of services, including health advice and repeat prescriptions for collection and delivery to your home. We also offer a Hajj and Umrah vaccination. Come in and see us and ask about our Stop Smoking service. We're open 7 days a week till late, including bank holidays. Biscott Pharmacy, 157A Biscott Road, Luton. Call 457709.
Why do Tops Pizza deliver the top pizzas in Luton and Dunstable?
For a start, all the toppings are 100% halal and Tops use fresh dough every day. Then there's the cheese, the highest quality available. And when it comes to food preparation, cleanliness is taken as part of our faith. So that just leaves the taste, choice and great offers, including buy one, get one free on all medium, large and extra large pizzas. Tops Pizzas, Wellington Street, LU1 5AA. Order online, topspizza.com or via Just Eat. Download our app or call 01582 72 5000.
This winter, Crisis Aid needs your help. Thousands of your brothers, sisters, and children are suffering in the cold, harsh conditions. Share the warmth to help a baby, a child, or a family to get through this winter alive. This winter, you can help save their lives by donating a blanket for just £10. Donate online to crisisaid.org.uk and help save lives.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Anisa and I am bringing a brand new show to Inspire FM called Soul Barriers. In this show, we will address contemporary issues that cause spiritual barriers and prevent us from connecting with Allah. So be sure to tune in to Soul Barriers every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. only on 105.1 Inspire FM.
From the studios of Inspire FM, the time is now 10:30. Allahu, 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 Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to the second part of Tadabarul Quran show with me, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Nashash. And this show is live from the studios of Inspire FM in Luton 105.1, and you can watch this on the Facebook page of Inspire FM and also on the website of Inspire FM, inshallah ta'ala. So, after I spoke in the first part about the month of Shaban, the importance of it, and also to prepare ourselves for Ramadan, inshallah, let me go back to Surah Al-An'am and Ayah 109. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأقسموا بالله جهد أيمانهم لئن جاءتهم آية ليؤمنن بها قل إنما الآيات عند الله وما يشعركم أنها إذا جاءت لا يؤمنون. And they swear their strongest oaths by Allah, that if there came to them a sign, they would surely believe therein. Say, signs are but with Allah, and what will make you Muslims perceive that even if the sign came, they will not believe. Now here we are, this ayah talking about mushriki Mecca or mushriki al-Arab at that time. The non-believers, those who associate idols, statues with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say, yes, the creator is Allah, even the sustainer is Allah, but when it comes to ibadah, to worshipping, no, we need a mediator. And this is what they used to do. وَمَا نَعْبُدُهُمْ إِلَّا لِيُقَرِّبُونَ إِلَى اللَّهِ زُلْفَى. So we only worship these idols to be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they believe that these idols are mediators. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's telling us that we don't need mediators. So when it comes to ibadah, we don't need mediators. And you can see this clearly in the salah. So you say Allahu Akbar and you read the Fatiha, the surahs, then you say the tasbih, Subhana Rabbi al-Azim, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, At-Tahiyyatu Lillahi. All these, you are directly talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't need a mediator. Dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. قَرِيب. So when my servants, or Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, asking you about me, say I am so close. And I'm answering the dua of those who are making the dua. So we don't need mediators. Even you don't need to ask people to make dua for you. It's not wrong, but I'm saying you need to do that yourself. And if the brothers making dua for you, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, this will be accepted, and the malaika will say, وَلَكَ بِمِثْلِهِ. You'll have the same. But the idea is that we don't need mediators. So these mediators, in any shape or form, are rejected. And anyone even try to mislead you and say, I can do the things with you. I heard some people saying, oh, I can do istikhara for you. Why you need to do istikhara for me? And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't say that. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, إِذَا هَمَّ أَحَدُكُمْ بِالْأَمْرِ فَلْيَقُلْ. When you intend to do it, then pray the 2 rak'ahs, then after you finish that, you make the istikhara. Because the istikhara is for you. Who am I to make istikhara for you? The istikhara for you. So you have to do it. Oh, I'm not good enough. Yeah, you are good enough. If you are praying, if you are seeking Allah help, then you are good enough to do that. I am not in a position to make istikhara for you. This is a long subject. The idea is that al-ibadah, these people in Mecca, they know Allah. And here they say, وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ. In their daily qasam, they don't say Wallahi. In their daily transactions, say Wallati, Wal-Uzza, Wa-Manat, Hubal. This is what they use in their daily. But if they want to make a sincere qasam, and they are very, very serious about it, they will say Wallahi. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said here. وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ. Now compare this, brothers and sisters, with us these days. How we use the qasam. You'll find the people, they find it easy to say Wallahi. And sometimes they say Wallahi while they know that they are liars. And this is a major sin. To make qasam, to say Wallahi, and you know that you are lying. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. So you use the qasam, Wallahi, when there is a need. When someone doesn't believe you, or he needs a strong confirmation, so you can say Wallahi. But you don't use the word Wallahi, 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 Wallahi for significant and insignificant. No. Be sure that you use the word Allah. And look at the mushrikeen. The mushrikeen, when they want to make a proper qasam, what they say? وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ. The strongest oaths. What the qasam they made? لَإِنْ جَاءَتْهُمْ آيَةٌ لَيُؤْمِنُنَّ بِهَا. Now we need to know that some of the stories, not all the stories, some of the stories of the previous prophets was known in Arabia at that time, even in Syria and Iraq and Egypt. So they have an idea that there was a prophet called Nuh and there was a flood. The people in Arab Peninsula, they know that there used to be Ad and Thamud, and they called them Al-Arab al-Ba'ida, these who finished. So they heard about their stories. And they knew about Pharaoh, who is next door, and Musa. So they have an idea. So when the Quran was talking about these prophets, Ibrahim, alayhi salam, he's the one built the Kaaba. Ismail, the same. They heard about Yaqub and Musa and Isa. So because they have connections with the Christians, so they know about Isa. Yemen, Christianity was well known in Yemen. So these people, they know about these prophets and they know about some of their miracles. What they are asking Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this mentioned here and mentioned also in Surah Al-Isra, they ask for miracles. They say, okay, Musa has the stick. Isa can bring people to life, the dead people to life. Salih, he has the she-camel. So this is to Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, and this narrated in many tafsirs like Al-Tabari, Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi. They said to Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, bring us ayah, bring us a miracle, like these prophets. And by Allah, if you bring an ayah like this, a miracle like this, we'll believe in it. And even they didn't say, we'll believe in you. We'll believe in the miracle. Because the miracle is something beyond the people's abilities. This is what we call it miracle. So when Salih alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the she camel, this is a miracle that to bring a she camel from the rock. This is a miracle. Isa alayhi salam to bring the dead people alive again. Miracle to make birds from clay, then they will fly. This is a miracle. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to them, قُلْ إِنَّمَا الْآيَاتُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. So they would say to them, signs are but with Allah. And you have a miracle in front of you. What's the miracle? The Quran. The Quran is a miracle because these people, they know the words. So the words in the Quran will known to them. So any word in the Quran mentioned is known by these people. They know what does it mean. Otherwise, there's no point of saying an ayah and they don't understand what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying. So at that time, when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to recite to them the ayahs in the Quran, they know what he's saying. They understand. Maybe they need extra details, but they know what he's talking about. But what he's saying is something different. Because they are very strong in what we call it balagha, eloquency. And every year, when the Hajj season, you'll find people have a competition in poetry and also balagha. They stand and talking, and also they are saying hundreds of lines of poetry. So they know what shi'r is, shi'r, the poetry. And they know the balagha, that someone start and make a khutbah, a speech. But this Quran now is different. It's not shi'r lines, and it is not only balagha, because it has part of the shi'r. Why? Because it rhymes. نون والقلم وما يسطرون ما أنت بنعمة ربك بمجنون. These rhymes. So نون يسطرون مجنون. And this is the same of poetry, but it is not in the same style. And the words in itself is high level of speech. So this is the miracle. And they cannot bring one line, one ayah, similar, one surah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenged them with the whole Quran. They can't. 10 surah, 10 surahs, they can't. Surah, they can't. Ayah, they can't. Even they cannot say something like Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. So al-ayat was there in front of them. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reciting to them al-ayat on, I can say, daily basis when he's talking to them. So what they are saying is lying. They are saying, if there is ayah, we'll believe in it. But the ayah is there. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala finished the ayah here. وَمَا يَشْعُرُكُمْ أَنَّهَا إِذَا جَاءَتْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Okay, the Quran is a miracle, and they don't understand it. But what will tell you if there is an ayah, a miracle that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala gives the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam an ayah, and they don't believe in it. And this happened. This happened actually. اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر. We know the Surah Al-Qamar, before Surah Al-Rahman. If you read in the Quran, the Surah before Rahman is Surah Al-Qamar. So what's the Surah at the beginning of it? اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر. ويروا كل آية لا يؤمنوا بها. And if when they, so the Sa'a, the day of judgment, is very soon, and the Qamar have been splitted. And the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam showed them the ayah, showed them the miracle. And in the mountain, in Mecca, and they saw the moon splitted. One half on this, one half on this. They saw this in front of them. And some, they said at that time, no, this is sihr, this is magic. Then they spoke, then at that time, people, they were traveling to Syria and Iraq or Yemen. And when they came back, they asked them at that night, did you see? They said, yes, we saw the moon when split it. So they saw the ayah. وَمَا يَشْعُرُكُمْ أَنَّهَا إِذَا جَاءَتْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. These people only asking for miracles, not to believe. They are asking for miracles just to make it hard for Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. Then in ayah 110, وَنُقَلِّبُ أَفْئِدَتَهُمْ وَأَبْصَارَهُمْ كَمَا لَمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهِ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ وَنَذَرُهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. And we shall turn their hearts and their eyes away from guidance, as they refuse to believe therein for the first time, and we shall leave them in their trespass to wander blindly. Now these people, as you've seen in all the previous ayahs, brothers and sisters, that proof after proof, calling them to think, they refused. So now their hearts, they don't want to believe. And also, they don't want to see the truth. And subhanAllah, we'll see this. We'll see people that doesn't matter how many times you talk to them about Iman, about Salah, about hijab. They don't want to believe. They don't want to follow. And do you know why? Because they don't believe. And the one who's refusing to pray, he doesn't believe in Allah. Even if he is saying it, he doesn't sincerely believe. Maybe he's thinking about Allah. The one who refused to wear hijab, refuse, and I'm precise in the word, refuse. No, I don't. Hijab is nothing to do with Islam. Rejecting the Quran, rejecting the Sunnah. These people, they don't believe sincerely in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is why al-af'ida and al-absar, the hearts and their eyes, their hearts are closed, their eyes are closed as well. كما لم يؤمنوا بها أول مرة. Now they have the opportunity to believe, but they rejected. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, these people, نَذَرُهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. Let them carry on. Only they will harm themselves. Only they harm themselves, and we leave them in their trespass to wander blindly. 111. ولو أننا نزلنا إليهم الملائكة وكلمهم الموتى وحشرنا عليهم كل شيء قبلا ما كانوا ليؤمنوا إلا أن يشاء استغفر الله ما كانوا ليؤمنوا إلا أن يشاء الله ولكن أكثرهم يجهلون. And even if we had sent down unto them angels, and they did had spoken unto them, and we had gathered together all things before their very eyes, they would not have believed, unless Allah willed, but most of them behave ignorantly. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah is continuing to talk about the same subject, which is that these people, when they ask for ayahs, ask for proofs, miracles, only they do it just to make it hard for the Prophet, not for the sake of the truth. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَوْ أَنَّنَا نَزَّلْنَا إِلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةَ, if we bring the angels, then it will be a problem for them. This angel should now become in the shape of a man. Okay, this is a man. How do we know this man is angel? We need another one, another angel to tell us, and he will be a man. So it is continuous puzzle. وَكَلَّمَهُ الْمَوْتَى. And it is narrated that some of these leaders of Quraysh, they said to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, okay, you are calling for Islam, you're calling for Allah, we'll give you an option. What's the option? They said, all of us, we respect Qusay bin Kilab. And Qusay bin Kilab is the great grandfather of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he's the one who really established the system in Mecca, and every single person in Mecca respected him. They said, we will give you an option. Go to the grave of Qusay bin Kilab or our great fathers and call them and let them come out from the graves and talk to us and say Muhammad is a prophet. You can see, brothers and sisters, how these people are arrogant, and it shows really they don't want to believe. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's saying here, even if you bring all of these things, they will not believe. And you can see this in our days, that there are people, they say, okay, I'd like to have a debate about anything between the same religion, different sects, different religions, and you'll find the one with the truth will defeat the others. And they give them evidence, everything. But what will happen after that? They don't believe. ما كانوا ليؤمنوا. So they will not believe unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. ولكن أكثرهم يجهلون. And this is why you try your best all the time. When you talk to your family, to talk to your friends, you call them to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to practice Islam, you provide them with evidence, Quran or Hadith, you call them to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the hidayah, at the end of the day, it's in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is in the hands of Allah. You do your bit, you try your best, And after that, if they listen, follow, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. If they don't follow, it is their problem. Don't be so sad because of that. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills, they will. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about these people and they are not willing to believe, it's their problem. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all of us will benefit from the Quran and make the Quran our way of life. Jazakumullah khairan for listening, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salahuddin Shaban, and you are listening to Inspire on 105.1 FM.
इंस्पायर एफएम की वेबसाइट पर लुटन की तमाम मसाजिद के औकात नमाज मौजूद हैं। किसी भी मस्जिद के औकात जमात जानने के लिए इंस्पायर एफएम की वेबसाइट आपका बेहतरीन जरिया www.inspirefm.org।
Did you see that guy on TV?
What, that